What's up, guys? I'm here in Atlanta with my brother Casey Cooper.
What's up?
Made myself a 7-hour drive up here, and the only information I had was that Alesis has a new kit. So this kit is called the Strata Prime. Strata is referring to the shells, and the Prime is the module. But at this moment in time, I have not even turned on the module. I've never heard this kit. I've never played it. I just kind of adjusted some positions so I'll be a little comfortable on the kit. But I know absolutely nothing about this thing. So we thought it would be fun to just roll some cameras and then have Casey run me through some of the standout features of this thing. And you guys can see me get to know it. I don't think I've seen any Alesis drum set that would measure up to this in terms of build quality. I love the black rack. I also love a curved rack. It's a really subtle curve around the edge. So it looks really, really sturdy. I love the sizes of everything. I love that you get 4 toms. I'm assuming 4 toms are included with this?
Yeah, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Cool. I like that a lot, especially with E-drums too, because I'm sure we can mess with a lot of different sounds, but I like more drums on E-kits. Kick drum looks like a 20, is that right?
Yep, 20 by 14.
Cool. I like that a lot. It just feels closer to a real drum set, like an acoustic drum set. You know, sometimes as E-kits get cheaper and smaller, like they have a dinky feeling, but opposite here. So everything looks really, really solid. And I say that without having touched it yet. So I'm assuming it's gonna feel solid as well. The module, first thing that sticks out is how big the screen is. It reminds me of an iPad mini. So I really like having a giant display. The module itself is pretty big, but it's not like as busy as a mixing board. So I like that we've got, 6 knobs at the bottom, a couple of buttons on this left side, but it's not a super busy module, so I think it'll be relatively simple to kind of dive in, and the display being that big feels really nice for like a sketchy situation if you were playing live and you have to look over and make quick adjustments. Like looking at a tiny screen is just a bad idea, so I think it's awesome. So far, so good, but you tell me. What are we looking at, bro?
A slight correction. I believe that's a 20 by 12.
2012, okay.
When I'm looking at it as far as the kick drum goes.
Cool.
But yeah, so that is a 10.1 inch screen on that Prime module there, and it's touchscreen. So you're able to do everything right on the screen, and you're about to experience that.
Is this the biggest module, like drum module ever, screen-wise? I've never seen one this big.
Yeah, I think the Mimic Pro maybe is similar
around that size
for the screen, but this is a beast. It's got a ton of ins and outs. If you see it on the back, it's got all the ins and outs for the drums that come with it, and then you also have a couple auxiliary cymbals you can add and another drum you can add to it.
How many inputs total? Over 8? Anything over 8 is pretty wild.
Yeah, so you got 14 inputs for triggers.
Sick.
And then you've got 2 main balanced XLR outs, and you also have 4 additional outputs that you can send, like if you want to kick down 1, snare down 1, toms down 1, cymbals down 1, or something of that nature.
Okay. You
have those additional outputs as well. And it includes, you can put in an SD card in the back. You've got USB-B and USB-A. And you also have MIDI in and out with the actual MIDI connector as well. Of course, you can do MIDI via USB. So
it seems like pretty live performance suited, like well suited for that, but also with MIDI controls and stuff too. That's what I would use it for in studio, for writing and using all sorts, just using it as a giant weird controller with all those outputs. Cool.
Do you want to slap it on?
Let's slap it on, dude.
It's got quite a load screen to it. It seems pretty epic.
Okay.
Buttons on the back left.
Back left.
And when you first set the drum set up, it actually asks to connect to your Wi-Fi because it auto-updates itself and takes care of all the updating.
That's nice.
A lot of really cool features about this kit is that they will continue to upgrade and update it via those auto updates and adding actual full features, adding new sounds, new kits.
Dude, I've had to do the updates with a flash drive before, so that is awesome. It's Wi-Fi compatible. Okay, so these are it loads up to just regular kits. So first one is like New York Maple. Think I should just try some of the kits? Run through them?
I think so, for sure.
Okay, let me just actually see what she sounds like. me try copper kit.
So
we can do this all day.
Yeah. One thing you'll notice about the triggers as you're getting used to the kit itself, the cymbals are 360.
Okay.
That's what they're considered. They're actually called 360-degree cymbals because
very cool. They don't have a pizza slice like a lot of them.
You're able to play it and you're able to interact with it, such as choking and adjusting the sustain of the cymbal all the way around. You don't have to, of course, aim the logos or anything of that nature.
Right. Man, I noticed too, you can choke like on the very edge. It's that sense you don't have to grab like underneath on the bottom anywhere. Like you can choke with like 2 fingers on the outside edge like a real cymbal. Cool. That's really cool. That's probably the most impressive like choke ability that I've seen. It's really cool.
Yeah, it responds well. Each of the cymbals are triple zone as well, so you've got 3 zones on the cymbals. Your hi-hat is the new active hi-hat system that has a magnetic stand-mounted controller.
Okay.
One thing that you might want to do for a second is go to the settings menu.
Okay.
So it's down there at the bottom on the left. Hit trigger edit.
Trigger edit.
Up at the top right, you've got your hi-hat adjustment.
Hi-hat.
So it's going to take you through the steps of adjusting the hi-hat to be exactly the way that you'd like it to feel.
Okay. Let the hi-hat cymbal rest freely on the controller, then tap to set.
So you tap the button once it's freely down.
Return the cymbal to your desired open position, and then tighten the clutch. So I'd probably go there.
So now it's going to respond better to your foot and to your open hi-hat, closed hi-hat, and slightly sloshy.
Yeah, super easy.
Style.
Just calibration for those. Cool. Feels great. I almost like that there's not a bottom hat.
Yeah.
Like at all, right? Just sort of, I don't know. It has a cool slosh to it. It doesn't feel unnatural at all. Very cool. Yeah, let's go through a couple kits. Just want to explore a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Big and mean. Big and mean works. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Let's do one more. Tight Beach. That sounds like almost like a Benny Greb kit.
Yeah, see, that time you tapped it twice. You just waited enough time in between it.
I gotcha.
It accepted your...
Okay, cool. one thing I noticed with the toms on that kit especially, like, you know when you play a drum hard enough, like the air just moves through it differently and the tone, it changes. Like it gets a growl when you really lay into it. This is like that. It doesn't really sound like the typical MIDI. I don't know, it sounds like much more like a true sound sample where someone actually like smacked the tom extremely hard in a room and they recorded that growl. Because a lot of times with MIDI, it's almost like every note is this. It's just how loud the note is. But this has a lot more like texture that kind of comes with the toms.
Yeah, so you've got
right.
You've got 75 kits in there that come with. There's 440 different pieces, but those pieces have 1,092 different articulations. So the sound that you're hearing is actually recorded in a studio with all the different mics, room mics, close mics.
Sure, like true sound samples.
Yeah, someone smacking the crap out of the drum. So you get what it sounds like when you get to that high level of adjustment. It's not just effects processing to transition it. It is actually the sound sample of what it sounds like. It was
super apparent on this one, especially with the toms. I mean, just hearing them like strain and growl as you force the air through them. I mean, that's what drums do when you like smack them. It's one of the reasons I love drummers like Eric and Proda. Like when you play a kit that hard, like the kit actually sounds different, right? So it becomes like part of your sound, you know? Yeah, really impressive, man. Cool. Super cool. Let's do one more kit. Let's see. Beef stacks. I'm in. That beach kit is my favorite for sure. That's cool. Cool. All right, what else we got?
All right, so if you want to head back to the kit, all right, so go to Kit Edit up there at the top, and you'll start to see all the different sounds that comprise the kit that you're working on, and all the different sounds that you can choose from.
Cool.
I've scrolled through there, and there's some really cool, like, I mean, you got like 28-inch kicks, 26-inch kicks. You got them open, you got them closed, you got them...
Okay, so we can just edit the individual kick drum. So let's just change to... Okay, go with that. And how do we cycle through the kit? Do I touch the actual...
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's really cool.
You also have the ability to lock it to where you hit the specific drum or trigger that you're trying to change with your hand, like a lot of,
right,
do.
But like there's a graphic of a drum set, Yeah,
it makes it really a lot more intuitive and easy to
for
just
sure.
Like, hey, I'm going to click on this.
Okay, let's go with those for hats. The toms I love. I don't want to change those. Let's do... Cool. Oh, you can stick mute. That's cool. Let's swap a ride out. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. I like that stick mute a lot. I can get used to that for sure. Super cool. Yeah.
Now that you've adjusted the kit, you can kind of, I mean, you could spend all day talking about the additional features, but if you go back to Kit Edit, so down at the bottom, you see your parameter adjustments. So you can actually, if you choose an open kick drum, you can actually choose the amount of dampening on the kick drum or on the tom. So you can take an open drum and find something completely in between dry and open.
Gotcha.
With that knob down there. You've got your individual knobs that specifically transition those effects.
Okay, cool. So we even have a tack built into the kick drum. Right.
Yeah.
So it just metals out. It's like a metal knob, basically. So kick edit, select it on the kick drum. Attack up. Cool. Super cool, man.
And what's really crazy is, you've got your main effect edits there where you can change the dampening, you can change the pitch, you can change the attack.
Right.
But this module, the Prime Drum module, actually has a lot of built-in effects. And not just like cheap built-in effects. They have like some legit effects in there where you've got compressions, you've got EQs, you've got reverbs, you've got...
Right.
I mean, like... And you can go in and adjust the mix so that you can adjust like, oh, hey, I love this kick drum, but I want a little more room mic on it. Or, oh, hey, I love this kick drum, but I want more of the close mic, less of the room mics. I mean, you could spend 4 hours editing just that drum set that you're on to get it to be like your specific sound. Because it's got the 1092 articulations of the 440 pieces. But that's only 40 gigabytes of this module. You could go in and set user kits to where... You can, you have basically unlimited virtual kits.
Yeah, of course. You're never going to run out.
You won't run out of the storage where you can ideally go in and adjust each of those tones to exactly what you're looking for. Because you got maple, you got copper, you got you got the whole wide range of sizes and different finishes. Different types of wood, so you're able to kind of craft whatever you want.
What I love about it too is a lot of times I'm a visual mixer. Yeah. So even in Logic, it's the mixing, the mix window. Like you want to bring it up to visualize all of your faders and what's going on. And it's weird because there are certain E-kits where they might be able to do in-depth mixes where there's a lot of parameters to adjust, but they're buried inside of deep menus. So you almost forget what you did to the kick drum, or you forget what kind of EQ or compression you set up on the toms, because you have to go open that menu to even see what you've been doing. So it makes it's like a different way to mix things. But this feels a lot more like I'm looking at a mixing window inside of a DAW, so I can actually I can visually see what I've been doing. So I really like having a large screen with the mixing window. I'm just more likely to use it, A lot of times I won't actually use it on E-kits just because it's so annoying. Who wants to scroll 10 menus deep to find the compressor for a tom? That's not very intuitive, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this a lot. So if we go through, snare, and if I hit drums, okay, there's a routing, you can send it out. Reverbs right here.
It should be your knobs.
Oh, duh. That's too much reverb. So then we just select one at a time. Just add a little bit of reverb to all the toms. I'll kind of fade them up so they get more reverby. And then can I sideswipe to others? So this is just drums.
There should be down there at the bottom or at the top, there should be little tabs or something.
Oh, and you swap menus like that. Cool. So I thought the hi-hats were a little bit loud, so volume is right here. Cool. Ambience and effects. This would be the entire reverb on the entire kit. Effects. Can I bring up
And right down there at the bottom is where you can layer all your effects. You see those little gray areas?
Here?
Yeah, so if you wanted to add an effect to the whole kit, you could click on it and then
cool.
You got all sorts of options.
Yeah, let's do a compressor on the whole thing. Let's do light compression on the entire kit. Just select and then hit back.
Yeah.
Oh, and then my compression settings are down here. Let's go 1 to 4. Dude, that is awesome. Probably my favorite way to mix on a module that I've ever tried, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Really, really intuitive. How many kits are on here, by the way?
75.
75
kits.
drum
Yeah.
sets. Dude, that's more than
And then you
enough.
also have the BFT player, which is their VST
Okay.
MIDI with all the kits and sounds on there as well. So you can trigger those outside of the module.
Cool. All right, so Billy Zeppelin, you said. Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see what this thing does.
You could also try some of the electronic percussion.
Yeah, I always like seeing the weirdo kits. It's like a phase shifter and like arpeggiator on it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Really trippy kit for sure. Yeah. Super cool.